Oh, it's because you don't like women? Yeah.
Roderick's gonna be the one to fall, not me.
Oh my God.
Change of scenery. Another movie that I've seen recently was the remake of Stephen King's Salem's Lot. I have actually seen the original miniseries of Salem's Lot many, many times. It is a Halloween staple for me, 100%. And I'll admit, you know, going into this movie's release, I was a little hesitant because pretty much all I've ever heard about this movie was drama. Like, it honestly was rare that I heard anything positive being talked about this movie pretty much until the trailer came out. When the trailer came out is when I actually started to see at least hopeful type of conversation, right? The fans of the original and the fans of the book really were kind of mixed, like, okay, hey, hopefully they can do it justice. And then when Warner Brothers decided that they weren't going to release this movie for like several years, the entire time I was watching it, there was just something that was bothering me. It was like gnawing me in the back of my head. This movie really just feels dated. And the main thing that dates this movie for me is seeing, what's his name? Cameron Corvetti. He plays Ryan from The Boys. I don't know. It did something to my mind where I just couldn't put it together that I just watched him in season 3 of The Boys a couple of months ago, and he's, you know, pretty much, he's grown. He's sprouted, okay? It was weird. The movie itself, the cinematography is cool. I think that a lot of the atmospherics that they set up with the shots, I think are cool. I think that they used shadows well. I think that in a lot of the instances where the vampires were on the attack or on the offense, or when they were just showcased overall, I think that they were showcased well. Could they have been done better? Sure, of course. But for what it is, thought they were cool to look at. I like the design of the eyes. It kind of felt, you know, very in tone with what's described in the book. That was cool to me. But again, apart from being super distracted by freaking Ryan from The Boys, what was also so radically distracting for me is how frantic the movie feels. I think that trying to tell this story in a 2-hour format is a huge mistake, because all that's gonna do, which it pretty much did, is muddle what's actually a really great story. As cheesy and as dated as the original miniseries is, I can still watch that today and recognize that it is the superior movie. Regardless of the flaws that you can find within it, it is still, as of 2024, the superior movie. The superior way that that story has been told. I guess maybe it really shouldn't blow my mind, but I can't help it. It does, a little bit. And I get it, there's a lot of us on the internet that bitch and moan about how, oh, there's so many sequels, there's no originality in Hollywood anymore. So when I get something original and really refreshing, something like the movie that I just actually reviewed, Hellboy the Crooked Man, which a lot of people are chit-chattering about how that movie is terrible, it looks garbage, it looks super low budget and gross, they need to give your throw a dump truck of like $300 million to Guillermo del Toro so that way he can make Hellboy 3, and it's just like, y'all, like, you're the reason why we can't have nice things. You're the reason why. Because when we have these little special things, if you show up, this should be a rule of life, okay? When you show up in life for the special things.
You know, I have to wonder what they'd say if they ever set their eyes on Berwyn. Berwyn!
You will be greatly rewarded in the future. If we all would have shown up, or if they felt like we would have all shown up for this new Hellboy movie in theater, we would probably have a chance of getting, you know, the same vein of what that movie is told in, with more money. You can add a little bit more money towards the budget and, hey, potentially find yourself fine-tuning and fixing certain things that didn't necessarily work because of the weak budget. And I think in a way that is a story that really aligns with what happened with Salem's Lot here. I think that maybe there could have been some type of budget issues. I think that it was a mistake to try to make a 2-hour movie. I really think that they should have focused on doing a mini-series. I don't know, put it on Netflix or something. Netflix seems to do well with like a 10-episode format of something, like a Stranger Things. Honestly, anything would have been better than this. Film is subjective, and I know there's probably a bunch of people out there that really did enjoy it and really like it. I personally did not. The acting from everybody all around was pretty good. I didn't have any issues with any of the acting. Again, the acting was good, the atmospherics were good. It's just that the story just felt super weak because I know the full story, and watching it be condensed so small when it's so large, I just couldn't get past it at all. So hopefully you were able to get past it, and if you weren't, that's cool too. Anyway, see you later.